I think what CORIL is doing is really remarkably important. I mean, one little story, I was over at CORIL sitting in Jim's office chatting on payday once. Mike walked in and he sat down and we were chatting. Well, he had just passed out paychecks to the participants. So there's a knock on Jim's door. The door opens and it's a woman who says to Mike, "Would you open my paycheck for me?" And she hands him the envelope and he holds it and he says, "This is the biggest check you've ever got." And he opens it up and it's a check for $224 and she bursts into tears.
CORIL is an amazing resource for Central Oregon for people with disabilities and their families to get everything they really need. They can get work, they can get play, they can get, an education of sorts at CORIL, and that's what people need.
He's working at the Oxford Hotel now. He loves it. He's so excited, he calls it working at the motel. Shane has this fear of elevators and escalators and high places. When you work at the Oxford Hotel, you have to ride an elevator to go downstairs where the laundry room is, and then you have to ride the elevator upstairs to the 6th floor where they eat their lunch. When I heard that, it was like, oh boy, this will be fun, because I've actually gotten stuck in buildings before where we've gotten him up in an elevator and then we couldn't get him in it to go back down. But now he just walks out, pushes the button, and gets on the elevator. So because it's expected and because he's with his peers and he feels safe, he's overcoming that fear. That's huge. It provides me with reassurance that he has as normal of a life as Shane can have.
Well, I hadn't been out of the house in maybe 4 months, and this was just after having come home from the hospital. I was still doing all in-home visits from St. Charles and other therapists and whatnot, so this was one of my first times out of the house altogether. And then just being there and having those folks who were so instantly kind and able to help out, that was really, really cool. I was so relieved, I guess is what it felt like. It was like a weight was lifted off my shoulder, that I didn't have to do everything I needed to do to get back to normal living by myself.
We've taken steps at our business to tighten things up. We've cut costs and have looked very critically at every aspect of our business and asked ourselves, do we need this? Is this important? And one thing that has survived numerous rounds of scrutiny is our relationship with CORIL. CORIL fires on 8 pistons for us. It's a valuable resource, something that we feel is important to keeping our company strong. I've tried to make the point from a financial perspective that investing in CORIL is something that even if you don't do it, it's something you need to research. You owe it to yourself and your ownership or your managers to at least look at CORIL. You owe it to yourself emotionally to take a look at it and see if this isn't something that might enrich your lives. It's how you live your life. It's your productivity, it's your humor, and it's your ability to be caring and to give. And working with CORIL communicates that in a way that I can't think of any better way to communicate it.
These people that come to work at CORIL every single day, they bring their best product every day. They're hardworking people, they want to work, and they are dedicated to any job you put in front of them.
CORIL can keep you going and give you a new direction, new incentive, new hope. That's one of the big things that they can do, is give you hope, and they never want you to give up on that. And I don't. I know that it's there for me.
I think it's hope. It gives you that, so you know that you have hope to move on and that your lives are going to be better because of it. 2 years ago, he had a cardiac arrest and a stroke in the same event. You always think it happens to somebody else, it's not going to happen to your family, but unfortunately it does. And it's just so wonderful that there is a group like that out there to help you get through this.
Get my brain back in some kind of working order so I can do things more like I used to do in the past. So without CORIL, I'm not sure I'll be able to do that.
When you go to the work center and you see people, so many people at work doing such productive, sort of meaningful work for the clients or the businesses that they're doing work for, it's just really inspiring and really exciting, and certainly, you know, piques your interest and makes you want to be more involved in the organization. I know many of the organizations in this community, and I respect all of their missions, but I think at this point it would be impossible for me to imagine not supporting CORIL, either financially or through my volunteer efforts, because of what it does and how it helps people, and you know, what results it brings about.
We need CORIL. There's this whole group, this whole population. They're real human beings. They need to have their needs met as well, and it takes people like CORIL to do it. There are so many families who are helped by CORIL in so many ways. So, yeah, we have to have CORIL.
I want you to give however you can. And you know, for some people it's time, for some people it's money, for some people it's material support. I mean, I think anybody that can should give however they can. And CORIL's a worthwhile organization to support.
The more we give, the more satisfaction we get. It is a great way of helping people.
The opportunity needs to be extended to more people. We need to further CORIL and its growth in our community, because there are many more people out there that could be helped.
Be the change you want to see in the world. That's what Gandhi said.